I don't like a few things about it, but it's the mock-up, so I wanted to show you what it looks like. I want to show you how to cut. This is inexpensive craft felt that I bought at my local craft store, Michael's. And I just want to show you this because I don't know if this is a Michael's brand or if it's available elsewhere, but this is called Creatology Basic Felt. You see that? And it cost, I think, 35 cents for one sheet that is 8.5 by 11. It is not super thick. And I did cut it using my Maker 3 and the rotary blade. I'm going to show you how we're doing that, and how I did it, I should say. And then here you'll see that I ironed on using red glitter iron on, I should say. And here we go. So these are all those sayings that I got from a search on sweethearts. These are called conversation hearts or sweethearts. And these are like the newest names that they put on there. So we're going to do, today we're going to be doing cutting with the Maker using rotary blade. We're going to do some iron on using our mini. And then I'm going to show you this stitch. It's called, it's called a blanket stitch. Now, I did this because I couldn't find my embroidery floss, but I did get a pack of this pastel colored embroidery floss, so you can see here. I got this on Amazon. I will share a link. And I also have these, which are embroidery needles, and you will need them. Now, if you don't want to do the stitching, which it is time consuming, okay? But if you don't want to do the stitching, you could also actually glue these shut if you wanted to, or you could do a different kind of stitching. It's all up to you what you want to do. Now, what do we do with these when they're done? I don't know. I originally thought that I would make a banner out of them, but they are rather big. So I think I'm just going to put them like on my table, like scatter them on my table or put them on my tiered tray or something. And I have quite a few pieces of this craft felt that I want to show you how this is done. Thank you, Carol. So I apologize. I have a little bit of a cough today. Not sure why. So just so that you can see what I created here. So I just basically took a heart that, let me ungroup this so you can see. This is about 5 inches. Whoa, what happened? What happened? Ay, they're always changing things. Okay, so this heart is 5.5 inches wide by 5 inches high. Now, you don't have to make it that big, but you're going to want to cut out 2 of each color, and that at that size you can get 2 out of 1 sheet of felt. As far as the words are concerned, you can come and pick up my file, but also I got these words on the internet somewhere. I think I just typed in conversation heart. Let me just check. Conversation hearts, sayings, and then I came up with, if I did a little search, I think we went to hererd.com, the best candy heart sayings from the past 120 years. So you can see on here, I didn't want to just do the regular ones. I thought it would be fun to do these new ones. So these are the 2022 words of encouragement. So all I did here was I just selected all of these and I copied them. So on my computer, we do Command C to copy. And then we go over to Cricut Design Space and we add a text realized that this is the last font that I used, and I don't want to use that particular font. So I'm going to go up here and switch it. Hi, Mom.
Kitty food.
You need kitty food?
Yeah.
Oh, it's hard to get to. I'll do it afterwards, okay?
All right. Give me a bottle.
No, my bottle's all full. Sandra did it for me. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, so I didn't know what font to choose, and I'm trying to remember what I did choose. I may have just chosen the standard one, Cricut Sans. Let's see what that looks like. Cricut. Let's see. Cricut Alphabet, Cricut. It has to be like a without the little, so sans means without the little thing. So anyway, I don't want to get bogged down on this, but let's choose Cricut Sans, and I'll make sure that it is the regular. Okay, so there it is, regular. I don't know why it's showing up that way, so let's go in. It's not supposed to be in a pen. It's supposed to be in a basic cut. Oh, there we go. We can change the color to red. Now, all I did from here was I ungrouped. So I did advanced, ungroup to lines. And then I was able to take each individual one and check it as far as size on my heart. Okay. So on my heart, sometimes I used a carriage return, and then I might have had to resize it, but that's how I did that. So all that being said, let us, I don't know why my computer is doing this. It must have something to do with being, I don't know, something to do with the Design Space software. Sometimes they make changes, it doesn't work well. So here's what we're going to do. So I'm going to group these together because I already cut these out. You don't really know how to cut. You don't really need to me telling you how to cut these out. But I will just kind of show you. So now I have 2 of each heart. So we'll go ahead and hit make it. So you'll see here I have all of the sayings here, and I'm going to be using or I used, I should say, smart vinyl, smart glitter iron-on. So I have to mirror this, and then I can cut these out. Now I already did cut them out. I don't want to make a big deal out of this part because the other part is a little harder. So just so you know, you can rearrange these, whatever. And then we've got our hearts. So we've got 4 different color hearts, and we're going to hit continue. This felt, okay, so there are several different types of felt listed here. I want to go to browse all materials, and I want to just scroll until I find the felt, which is not part of the fabric. Okay, felt is separate. So there are, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 7 different felt categories, and what I chose was felt acrylic fabric. Now at this point, if you have an Explorer and you want to cut felt with your Explorer, you can play around with this and choose different settings, because sometimes the settings are different. So for instance, if I chose this acrylic fabric, which is what this is made of, I'll show you here. It tells me that I need my rotary blade. Okay. And if you don't have a maker or you don't have a rotary blade, you can't cut this out. So if, for instance, you want to do this and you don't have the maker, go ahead and play around with the cut settings. So you can go to browse all materials. And if you want to play around with it, you can come down here at the bottom, right here, to material settings. Okay. Now this is advanced. Don't attempt this if you are trying to do if you've never done this before, you should say this is kind of advanced. But did you know that each setting can be manipulated? This is how you find out what the settings require as far as your machine. So let's look at felt. Okay, so here's felt, and it's saying the pressure is 133. It's going to cut it twice, and you're going to use fine point blade. But I'm choosing felt acrylic fabric because I want to just use my rotary blade. But there are different versions here. So let's go ahead and edit the regular felt. Okay, so by editing the regular felt, I can choose rotary blade if I wanted to, just so you can see. Now I'm going to edit also the acrylic, and there is not a choice to switch from the rotary blade. Okay, so if I do not have a maker, if I do not have the rotary blade, what can I use instead? Well, you can use this setting, felt stiff, and it will use the D-point blade, or you can also use this craft bonded felt that uses the fine point blade. And you may need to do some like fiddling with this if you've never cut felt before. Okay, so I'm choosing felt acrylic fabric. I'm going to hit remember, and I think I'll do more pressure just to be on the safe side. Okay, so let me just take you down here so you can see what I'm working with. So again, this is craft. It's very cheap, and it's found in, it's called basic. It's even called basic. It's called basic felt. It's not stiff. It says on here that it is made 100% polyester, and it comes in all these different colors. I found this in the like sort of the children's craft section of my local Michael's, and they had all different colors, so I picked up a bunch. Got these hot pinks, these baby pinks, this middle pink, white, and then of course my favorite color, this blue. I've actually cut it out already. So what I'm going to do is just going to lift it right off. See how beautiful that cut? Now I do have a little bit of tape. This is masking tape. And I'm going to tell you why you want to use masking tape on this. But look at how beautiful it cut. And it's really thin and floppity. So, which is why I wanted to use my, the doubled so that it won't be like this floppity thing. Okay. So this is a strong grip mat. If you've never used a strong grip mat, I really highly recommend them. They're really good. And they work really well. If you don't have a strong grip mat and you have like a fabric mat, that would also work. But either way, I would put my felt on here. This is fairly new, and you can see it's kind of dirty. I'm going to end up having to clean this fairly quickly because this is even the little sticker that was on the felt, and it just sort of stuck to the strong grip mat. Don't really need it. There you go. So let's grab a piece of felt. Let's choose this one because I don't think I have this cup. Let's choose the hot pink. All right, hot pink. Okay, so here's another strong grip mat that's brand new. I think I'll show you that just in case you've never used it before. So you're going to remove the top, and you can keep this top if you want. I generally don't keep mine, but I go through a lot of mats. And if you want to, you can remove the sticker that explains what it is. This is just so that you can check out okay. And I'm going to place it right this way. It's 8.5 by 11-ish. It might be 12. It's actually, yeah, it's 9 by 12 actually. So you see how great it sticks, and you might think, oh, I don't need to use the masking tape. Rita's just being overly cautious, but you will need to use it because sadly, right up here in the corner, oftentimes your felt will get stuck. So I just always use, oh my gosh, it's Frankie. Hi, Frank. We never see Frankie. Frankie, what are you doing here? Oh my goodness, what are you doing? He never comes to visit me in my craft room. Okay, you're not going to be a pest though, are you? Because I got some heavy machinery around here. Oh, I love you, Frankie. Such a good boy. But you can't be in my way. Here he is. Do you see him? Hi, Frank. That's Frank Sinatra, our cat. And he's come to visit. He hardly ever does that. So I want to say hello to him, but I also don't want him to get, to have a problem with all of our machinery. Okay, so now what I've done is I have taped my piece of felt using masking tape. You can do all four sides. I don't think all four sides is necessary, but I do think to protect this corner, you should put this here like this. And then what we're going to use is this blade. It's called the rotary blade. Hi, Frank. It's called the rotary blade. You notice that it's not like the other blades for the Maker. So here, for instance, is the Maker, the scoring wheel, you see? And it has like a little pump, or I don't know what we call this, plunger, okay? And that will take that tip off. The rotary blade is not like that. The rotary blade is attached, and you can change this out. It's very sharp, and you can change it out once it gets dull. Okay, so we're going to use this in our machine. So let us go over to our machine, because we've already chosen the felt acrylic fabric. You see? Now I've taken out my regular blade. I'm just going to put this in. And then once it's gone and sort of accepted the mat, then we'll put in the rotary blade. Now, if you try to do this and you don't have the rotary blade, and you have the Maker, you're going to end up being told that you didn't put in the correct blade. That's why I showed you how to flip or switch it. So in the event that you have the Maker or the Maker 3 and you don't yet have a rotary blade, you will need to make that change on the screen, because otherwise it will tell you, please insert the rotary blade. Please insert the rotary blade. Okay. So now I'm just going to hit the go button. Hi, Frank. So nice to see you. Bren's okay though, Dawn. So Dawn's talking about Bren, our friend Bren. She's doing okay. Her husband had a bit of a medical scare, but he's doing well. He's lost some weight, and she's worried, and she spends a lot of time at home, whereas before she used to do a lot of volunteering. But she's okay. All right, so you see here, it is moving, and I just wanted to show you, like, it goes fairly slow, but it's a very consistent cut. So you just take your time with this. Frank, hi, buddy. Hi. This is so unusual for our Frank to come and visit us. So this part's a little bit tedious. If you're not into tedium, you can use the file for whatever you'd like. If you don't want to use fabric or felt, you could also cut this in paper. It's up to you. You can make a banner from it, or do all kinds of different things here. So let's take it out of our machine and bring it down here. Thank you, Renee. I appreciate the prayers. I really, really do. Okay, so here you can hardly see it, but if I turn my mat a little bit, you can see how it just peels right off. Isn't that beautiful? And it's a perfectly cut heart. Isn't that great? Now here is a little bit of masking tape, which is fine. All I need to do is just remove it with a weeding tool. Okay. All right. So now we have these two pieces of perfectly cut felt, and we're going to sew it up with our embroidery floss. But before we do that, we're going to take our cutouts that we did already. So I cut these out yesterday. I think I showed you them. And I did cut them out in red because, as I recall, push through. I need something that's encouraging. Go for it. You got this. I'm going to do you got this and crush it. Let's do, oh wait, what did I do the other one? Superstar? Okay. So we're going to use our mini for this. Let's get the mini out. And we're also going to need, what are you doing? You know what he really loves is sticky stuff, which is weird because I think cats generally don't like sticky stuff, but he found that little, what was it? The little the brand thing from the back of the craft felt. Now he's stepping on something crinkly. That's coming up later. Okay, so here are my two different cutouts, and I am going to turn this on to the low setting because I checked the heat guide, and I am going to, I don't really need both of them here, but just so you can see. So we got this one with a hair on it that might be Frankie's hair. I don't know. And we're heating up our, let me take this hair out. It looks more like a human hair. Okay, I get hair all over the place. All right, so here you go. I'm just placing it right here. I have my, my heat mat. I don't know what it's really called, but it's like an easy press mat, I think it's called. But if you don't have one of these, then use a towel. You want to protect your surface, okay? So waiting for that to heat up. And I can go ahead, I only need one of these. I can go ahead and just kind of, while it's heating up, just heat up my surface because there is a preheat involved. Hi, Christiana. How are you? I am feeling better, although I got to tell you, I'm still using an aid to walk. And I have not left my house for over a week. But that's okay because it's cold here, so I'm okay with that. It's when it starts interfering with my meetings and such. All right, so it beeped okay, so I'm just going to use, it said about 25 seconds. So I'm just going to continue to move it around and make sure that I'm getting the entire design covered. All right. Are you enjoying this, Frank? He got a little, like his nose is running a little tiny bit. He's got a little tiny, what are you doing over there, buddy? He's loving it. All right. So that might be enough. And I can't stress this enough. You want to do this before you go ahead and close it up. So it's harder to do closed up, and you want to do it before. So here we are. And when this cools off, I can see if it's going to come off. It looks like it's going to. Yeah, I know, Frank, but I'm doing my show. You don't know this. The dogs know this. All right. Okay. So once we finish this, the next step is to close it up most of the way. We need to leave a little space so that we can put the polyfil inside. Okay, so let's see if that's going to work for us. Let me move this out of the way. Now, All right, all right. Now, when I was just playing around and practicing doing my prototype, I couldn't find my embroidery floss. So I ended up using this stuff called hemp cord. And although it looks kind of cute, I think it's a little too thick for it. So instead, I decided to go with this. This is embroidery floss if you've never seen it before. Embroidery floss is also often used in well, actually, this is embroidery floss, so it's not the kind of cross stitch that you want to do. You're going to keep it whole, okay? And what we're going to do is, let's make sure that this worked. And it did. Let's check this one. This one, not so much right here. All right, I need to hit it again with a little bit of heat right there. I had turned it off, but it should still be hot. Yeah. Okay. So embroidery floss works for this. You could also use a thread. This is what I got. So just so you can see it, it's called Sweets. I think it's made for, I got this at Amazon. I just typed in pastel embroidery floss. And there's 36 skeins and 10 yards of each. And I think they use this to make friendship bracelets and such. So that's why I found it. And I think I didn't pay an awful lot of money for it, maybe about $10. Okay, so let's see here. Okay, see you later, Frank. Now he's up high. What is up with this dog, this cat? You're crazy. He's never here. All right. Okay. So now what we want to do, let's remove this. And we're going to take some floss. I think I will use yellow on this because it's kind of cute. And I'm going to take off these little skeins. And you have to be careful, like look for the starting point here. So there you go. It's really important that you don't like just try to rip this out, because then it'll end up in a knot and then you'll have to undo it and you'll get frustrated. Okay, so I'm gonna get a pretty big a pretty long piece here. And of course, I'm telling you to do one thing, and it's happening over here. The other thing is happening over here. All right, so here we go. I think that should be okay. I'm going to get my scissors, like this. And let's see, where was the one that I was working on? Okay, here we go. So here's the one I was working on. So I'm going to use this embroidery needle. And I'm going to try to thread it without my thing, Pat, because I still haven't gotten that thing you recommended. All right, so on the very end, I'm going to put a knot. I'm going to double knot it. All right, have a nice big knot there. And then I'm going to put these two together like this. Whoop. And I'm going to start up here on the, like this part of the curve. And I'm going to work my way all the way over until I have this opening. I'm going to show you what stitch I used. So first I'm going to take and put my needle through just one piece. This is to hide the knot. Okay, so that's the knot. And then I'm going to proceed to go in through the back like this. And as I get close to finishing the stitch, I'm going to take my needle and pull it through that loop. Okay, this is called the blanket stitch. I'm going to go through the back. I used to do a lot of needlepoint, but when I was younger, believe it or not. So it's something that it sort of stays with you. And there are all kinds of beautiful stitches. I am no needlepoint professional. So there are probably people who can teach you this a lot easier or better, but I just want you to know that you can indeed use these tools to create. Now, if you wanted to, if you have a sewing machine, you could certainly sew this. I don't know what happened here. You could certainly sew this. And look, I messed up a little bit, so but it looks so like homespun in the end that I think even if you mess it up a little bit, it's still going to look really cute. So here is this one, which I didn't put a saying on. So let's go ahead and do that before I go to the next step. So I'm going to turn on my Easy Press again. Whoop. Is it going to turn on? Oh, it's unplugged. Hold on. Okay, plug that right in. But you see that I worked the stitch all the way around. I kind of messed up over here, but I'm only saying that because we're friends, and I wouldn't normally point out what I did wrong. So let's choose this one. It says go for it. Let's choose that one. Wait for this to heat up. Can sort of warm up the fabric a little bit. Now you could do a bunch of different stuff. There are people, and I think Leah Griffith is one of them, that does a lot of stuff with felt. And I really do love felt, but I don't know, I shy away from it. I don't know why. Haven't used it, but it cuts beautifully with the machine, doesn't it? So I think that's really cool. So we got to do 25 seconds on here. Oh, that's so great. Embroidery days are over. Frank he's here. He's way up on top of my, like he's at the highest place in my studio, on the top of these racks that I have. And he's just looking around. It makes me wonder, I don't know, maybe I'll get a little paranoid because he's our mouser. He likes to get mice in the house, and the fact that he's here, which he's never here, is a little odd for me. I don't understand it. So we'll see. Who knows? One time when I was doing the show, the dogs were in, this wasn't too long ago. I think it was in the fall. Was doing the show, and the dogs were like doing something over in the corner. And I'm like, what the heck? What the heck? And you know what I found? A dead rat. A dead rat. And the only thing I could think of is that Frankie came here and brought it to me as a prize, hopefully from the outside, and the dogs were just enamored of it because they can't catch anything, but they were just like, ooh, look at this, what is this? I of course freaked out, and my mother was the brave one, and she came over and put gloves on, and she picked up that rat and threw it in the trash. I thought it was really funny. So anyway, so now let's see how this goes. All right, so I have finished up. I've left this little hole here, and then I'm going to take something like this. So again, this is something I got at Amazon. It's basically polyfil. It comes super compressed, and there you go, fiber fill. It's called fiber fill. So it's only 3.5 ounces. Use it for making dolls, stuffed toys, and it comes like super flat, like a pancake. Your corgi caught a mouse? Really? I don't, my guys could never catch anything. All right, so there's what you're looking at. Now, if you don't have this or you get something else, that's okay too. We just want something to stuff it with. I think only a few little cups are going to be needed, and I'll put that aside. So let's see if we can't get this off. Go for it. Now you notice that I have this tail here, and that's okay because we're going to use it to finish up our heart. And we're going to take this little stuffing and we're just going to stuff it in here. I think this would look really cute smaller and maybe with like as a banner, like with some felt, maybe some felt balls. You know those felted balls? That would look really cute. So I'm just stuffing it up. Make sure you get up in the rounded part of the heart and then down here. And we're just going to stuff. You don't want to overstuff it, but enough. You don't want to put a tiny amount. I think that would kind of give it the wrong look. You know, I think it needs to be sort of a full heart. There we go. Okay. And now, let's get those in there. And now I'm going to grab my needle and take this piece. Have my needle. And yeah, you could definitely sew these. I don't know if you would sew them and then sort of maybe pink the edges. I think I would try that. Like cut these out this big and then sew them on the outside, like a top stitch, and then maybe come back with your pinking shears and pink the edges. I think that would look really cute too. Sort of homespun. All right, so here we go. Now, I have to be careful to keep this sort of closed. If I had a pin, I would put it here. But again, I'm just going to come in from the back like this. And I'm going to go in through this loop and pull it and just keep working my way around. I talked to my sister yesterday about some ideas. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I qualified for a grant in my state. It's the Massachusetts, Cultural Council or something. So they had notified people back in the summer that they had this grant opportunity, and you had to get your grant request in by October or something. And I was like, well, I guess I didn't get it because I hadn't heard anything. And then my friend Wendy, you know Wendy, she said, did you hear from this grant? And I said, no, I applied, but I guess I'm not going to get it. Well, while she was finding out about it, she asked for me. Oops, what did I do here? Oh, I messed up here. And she said, well, you should be getting some response same as me. And so she got her response, what was yesterday, Tuesday? So she got her response on Monday. And I was like, dang it, I didn't get a response. So I guess I didn't get it. And then I was cooking dinner last night and I saw on the email, I got an email and it said, yay, congratulations, you were accepted in our grant program. And this is going to allow me, guess what, you guys, is going to allow me, I'm just closing this up, I'm going to, with the money, I'm going to buy a top of the line sublimation printer. I know you guys have been all over me to try to do sublimation, and so my sublimation printer is on loan. So I thought, this is a good opportunity, and I have the funds so that I can do this for you guys, because it was a cultural grant, so I can do with it what I want. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. So there it is. Isn't that adorable? Oh, so cute. Just really cute. I think I'm going to make a few more. And like I said, this here I used, where is it? I used this. This is called hemp cord, and it happens to be multicolor. And you can see the dogs chewed on that, which is nice, but it was a little too thick, I think, for it. And I got Wise on the whole using the embroidery floss. I guess you call it floss. Embroidery thread, floss. I always call it floss. All right, so that's our fun project for today. Remember I said we're going to try to do something new on Wednesdays? Well, this is it. I hope that you give this a try. It really was not difficult. As you can see, it does require a few extra like things that you may not have around the house, such as this embroidery floss. And it says the colors of friendship. So I'm assuming, yeah. So it says a bracelet design is included. So I'm sure I'll find something to do with all of these and after I finish up my hearts. And then you'll also need a nice big embroidery needle if you're going to do it the same way that I did it. And also you'll need a little bit of this puffy fiber fill, which you may have. I know I have some somewhere, but I couldn't go find it because I'm kind of limited mobility now. So that's all you need to make. And then plus, of course, your machine to cut it out and to cut out the little sayings. What do you guys think? Aren't they cute? Oh, dentist tomorrow for Renee. I hope you enjoyed it. Good. I'm glad. Yeah, I think it's really cute. You could basically, if you like this sort of project, you could cut everything out and iron on, and then just if sitting on the couch or whatever, you could just sew them up like that. And you'll have something to do while you're watching the latest edition of something, whatever you're watching. I just think this is really fun. It's a fun idea. I will post a link for these products that I used, and let me know if you did this. I want to hear what you did, how you changed it, and all of that. Let's see. Are there any announcements that I wanted to make? So tomorrow we're going to be working with any machine. You can use this on any machine. We're going to be making a rolled flower banner that says "Be Mine" for Valentine's Day. So if you are interested in learning about rolled flowers, or you want to see how I use them, that's what we're working on tomorrow on the show. And then on Friday is our joy, because tomorrow's Thursday. Friday is our joy day, and I'm still contemplating what we're going to do with the joy, but I wanted to maybe use the cutaway cards because I think people, maybe they got them and they're afraid to try them. So let me know. Read the comment. Oh, yeah. Which discount code were you trying? Because I heard that my discount code, Miss Rita, is going to be good until the end of January. And then the new discount code starts February 1st. And I was told that was, what's my ordering code? It's still working, but Cricut Chat is not recognized. So if you are going to purchase from Cricut, thank you so much for using my link and my code. And what's my Cricut ordering code? So right now, if you're going to order within the next couple of days, my 10% off code is Miss Rita. Okay, because that's still working. And then if it says it doesn't work, the other one is Cricut Chat, all one word. Okay, so that's my discount code. And I might as well tell you right now that things are going to be changing. I mentioned it last week. Things at Cricut are changing, and they are not going to be doing so much for the product experts. There's still changes involved. I don't want to speak too much, but there will be changes, and that might cause issues with the discount codes. It will definitely cause issues with there's Frankie again. Here he is. It will definitely cause issues with the giveaways. And I know that I promised everybody that we were going to do this giveaway until the end of the year. Sadly, I don't know that I will be able to do that because it would have to come completely out of my pocket. And Cricut is now changing the rules as to the giveaway. So apologies up front that we probably won't be able to do the giveaways that we had planned on doing in the entire 2023. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's totally out of my control. And I apologize. And I wish that they wouldn't make the changes, but they decided that's what they're going to do. And so there will be new people that would be considered like community leaders. But I don't think that I will continue on with Cricut as being a product expert. I think I've been very good to the Cricut brand, and I thought that they would appreciate that. But apparently, not so much. And so I am probably just going to start working on some other projects, not just Cricut. So I actually got this beautiful box of cards from HSN when Anna was recently on. So I want to show you how that works. And that uses her machine, the Empress. So we're going to be delving into some other different things. I mentioned sublimation. There's Frank. I mentioned sublimation. I mentioned there was some sewing that I want to do, and working with different kinds of fabrics. There's my fun. Oh, yeah, we'll continue with the chat. I don't know what the schedule's going to be. And yeah. Whatever you do will be amazing. I love you too, Leilani. And yes, so the answer, Ardeen, is that I will be able to do Freebie Fridays again, but we might need to change that because it won't probably be on Fridays because we do Joy on Fridays. So if you are interested in trying new things, like for instance, do you want to learn how to use embossing, like wet embossing, stamps? Are you interested in distress oxides? Are you interested in stamping? And so we'll be able to do a whole lot more than just Cricut stuff. Do you see how adorable this cat is being? He's comforting me. Yes, he's comforting me. Oh, yes, wax seals. And you know what? I even saw on no, it was on American Crafts, how to make your own paper. So you can make like mulberry papers. I want to learn how to do that. Also, my friend down the street, Stacy, told me that she would teach me how to do large scale, like almost like screen printing, but with giant rubber stamps that she created. So there's going to be a lot of fun things. And it's important, yeah, to know, even if it's something you're like, yeah, I would never do that. It's important to see. Isn't he adorable? Look at his face. Can you see his face? Ooh, look at this squishy face. He's so cute. All right. Yes, more rabbit holes. More rabbit holes. And is okay, Gloria. I'm gonna get a sawgrass because when I get the money won't be coming for a couple of months, but when it comes, I'm just gonna go all out and buy all kinds of great new things for us to try, and we're gonna do them together, which it makes my heart happy. And yes, I'm sad about Cricut, but they're public now, and so they're looking to try to keep things going, and I'm never going to disparage Cricut because I love them, but it's time for me to expand my horizons, and I want to take. So I hope that you understand that. How do you get a grant from your community? Please give us more information. Okay, so oh, I love that name, Crafting Adventures with Miss Rita. I love it. We're gonna do that. So how do I get a grant? So I live in Massachusetts, and Massachusetts is a very, very liberal. We pay for it in taxes, but it's very liberal. And there's always kinds of money available. So I joined a cultural council called the Massachusetts Cultural Council, and then I was on their email list, and it said on there, if you're an individual artist. And so when I first read it, I'm like, well, I'm not really an artist. But then I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of am. Maybe I don't use oil paints and canvases, but what I do is artistry, right? It's creative, and I teach others. And they were saying that the money can be used for anything, and it's just to support people who went through COVID, and helped others in, in art and culture. So it's a support thing. So if you live in a different state, check out your state, like look for like either a cultural council or an arts council, and that all I needed to do was apply and just say what I did, and I got $5,000. And so that money, I'll get it probably in like a month or two. It might take a while. So but I can spend it on anything, and I'm thinking about like getting better equipment. Right now, I do my show from my phone, and I use other things. You want an etch a sketch? You want to start an etch a sketch? What? Embossing. I am so excited about embossing. I have tons and tons. I think you guys know that I used to be a stamper way back when, and then I got into scrapbooking, and then I was like on hold for a while because of my son. But and I've also done things like soap making. I love to make soap. I love to make like creams and balms, and I'm open to showing you how to do those things as well. I could never kind of fit those things into Cricut Chat. So I think that will broaden our group a little bit, and also will be, just kind of fun to try out these different things. What's the name of the missing pen? Yeah, thank you. Good. I'm so glad, Chandra. I'm so glad. So, I'm sad because I probably won't be able to participate in the new program the way that they want it to be. And it's all about like your groups and getting your groups to certain engagement, and they're just following, a business playbook that frankly it just doesn't work with what I do. So I will just continue on doing what I do, and hopefully you guys will like it and you will support me in that. If you don't, that's okay too, and there's plenty of other people around that you can be watching. But I hope that you will always support the little guy, me being the little guy, but also just other people like my friends Carol, Prevost, and Abigail. And then we've got Ashley Markham and April from Crafting with April. And then, of course, we've got our friends over at Melody Lane Inspired. So I hope that you can continue to support me. The folks that have really, really big YouTube channels and such they hired a staff, and I can't afford to hire staff. It's just me. I'm the little guy. So I'm just a one-man band, and I just can't compete I can't compete and be everywhere all at once, you know. So this is going to be good for me. I'm trying to process it because I've been a Cricut product expert for 9 years, and I really, really love the brand. I love the people that I've worked with, and it's just really, it was a fun adventure. But I'm not going to say it's over. I'm going to say I'm moving on to different things. All right. And yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about it. What brand embossing pen? Probably the Ranger. Oh, it's called Wow. Yeah, we're going to talk about all that great stuff too. So thank you all for coming along for the ride. I hope you continue to follow me. But it will change up the giveaways a little bit. I don't know all the details there yet. But I'm not going to be exclusively doing Cricut. Okay. Frank is just, look at him. Wow, look at this face. Look at this face. Oh, you don't love it. You don't love it. I love it. You're so cute. You're so cute. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for coming today, and we will see you tomorrow. We're going to thank you. I'm so glad you're going to be with me because I really love you guys, and I really have loved this adventure. I do have to say, you know, when I started doing the videos live in 2020, was during the time, it was such a difficult time for everybody. It was in February 2020. We had just learned that we were going to be on lockdown. Remember lockdown? And also at that time, I found out that I had cancer. And so you guys really just lifted me up out of what could have been a really bad situation. And I just gained so many friends and so much support from you that I just love you, and I wanted to thank you for that. And listen, go for it. If you're interested in doing this stuff, go for it. All right. The heck with the giveaways. The giveaways are kind of difficult to do, I'll be honest with you. Almost the anniversary. Yes. Yes. I love you guys. All right, we'll see you again tomorrow. And again, we're going to do some rolled flowers, and we're going to make a banner with the rolled flowers, and it's going to say, "Be mine." So I'm going to go off and work on that right now. And then I think I'll cut out some more of these, and I'll show you pictures of how I finish this up. But it would look kind of cute, but I think they're kind of big to do a banner. So I think I'm just going to kind of put them in just different places. Look at that. Isn't that cute? As like a little decoration. All right. Love you so much too. Crafting Adventures. I love that. Crafting Adventures with Miss Rita. I'm going to change it soon. I think I will. All right, you guys. Don't forget, if you're going to do the Cricut program, the community program, don't forget to do that. Cut it out, put your picture on, and I want you to be a part of any kind of winning. You can join my group if you're not already there, or you can do it on any of the other groups that are out there. Now you can't see it, but Benji's here with the cat. Oh my goodness, it's cuteness overload, but I got so much hair. Zoom. So, okay, so Renee, the Zoom, I think, could transform into a couple of different things. I was thinking, why don't we have a crafting Zoom? Not just a Zoom that we're sitting and talking, but maybe we can have everybody doing a project at the same time, or if they don't want to do it. So I'll pick out kind of like a bigger project, maybe something from SVG Cuts or Lori Whitlock, and we'll do it together. We'd like to do that with the Zoom. I hope so. Where's my food? Yeah, this is Benji's over here crying because he can't be on my lap like Frank is over here. All right, everybody. So think about what I said about the Zoom, okay? And we will see you again tomorrow with a brand new project that involves rolled flowers. Yay! All right. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.